Hey guys, it's Danny Bell. I hope you guys are having an awesome day today wherever you are in the world. We are on our farm-core island of Sugarbelle, and today we're on day 32. So after the holiday seasons, we kind of took a pause from farm-core just because we wanted to do some builds for the holiday season. So if you missed any of those videos, please check out the 12 builds of Christmas. It was a lot of fun. We still have a lot of our Christmas decorations sitting out here on Sugarbelle, but I kind of thought I wanted to leave them up a little bit longer. We have this cute little tree farm over here. I think that'll work pretty well through the winter season, but I thought it might be fun to do a couple of cold weather builds before moving on to the spring. Just because, like I've said, I live in a cold weather climate all the time, so the snow, even though I do enjoy it in Animal Crossing, does get to be a bit much. All right, so we have this area over here. I kind of thought I would turn this into an orchard, but for the time being, I thought it might be fun if we did something cool like a ski lift, something pertaining to the cold weather and the snow. So I got this started yesterday, actually. We have 2 tiers here, and I've already put in 1 incline. So for this particular build, you do need to be able to use 2 of your inclines to get the right look or the right effect for it. So I think what we'll do is I'm going to climb up here just so you can kind of see the shape of this area, so that if you are looking to do something like this for yourself on your island, you kind of get an idea of what it looks like. I did this, I chose to do this on the back side of the island, so I've done this little area here, like I said, with the incline, and then there's at least 1 square here in between, so we'll probably speed this up here in a second and get going, and yeah, really excited to kind of bring this all together. Okay, so I'm just building this cliff out a couple of squares so that we can put our next incline in. That way they're right in line with each other. I'm actually going to pair it back to 1. So add an extra square here. We're going to put our incline in, and we're going to pay Lloyd. I love these natural ramps. I feel like the natural ramps are great because if you notice, the coloration does change with the seasons. I feel like they're really great for any sort of nature type builds. Obviously city core, they don't tend to fit, but I'm really loving it for something like a mountain, a snow mountain, a ski mountain, anything of that nature. I found this snowball here, so I decided to roll it and see where we can go with it. I don't know if we'll end up making a snowboy out of it, but I thought it might be kind of fun. Have you guys made any snowboys yet this season? I think they're really cute. I really struggle, though, to make a perfect snowboy, honestly. Aw, look at him, he's so cute. It kind of cracks me up how if you don't make them the right size, they do have a little bit of a bad attitude, which totally cracks me up in the game. I kind of love the charm of that in Animal Crossing. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you guys have made a snowboy, and was yours perfect or did yours have a bad attitude? All right, so now for the build, I'm just laying down this pathing. I really love this snowy pathway. It's got a little bit of a dirt color to it, and then I love the edging on it because it just sort of goes really well with the snow for the real life grass in the game. So just kind of laying this out to add a little bit of a walkway area here with the approach to our ski area. Like I said, I will put the description information, the custom design code information for this path and any of the other custom design codes that we're using in this build. I'll put them in the description of the video for you guys so that if you're looking for something like this to use on your island, you'll have it readily available. All right, so we're just filling this in with the interior square so that it's just 1 color in the middle. And then we're going to go ahead and add a couple more things here before we start placing items. I really also love this ice path. This is one that I used over near the house on the island for a frozen pond, so I just think it works really well for a frozen pond. You could definitely use it just for a regular pathway. It is a 10 square pattern, so if you can see, I know the video is going kind of fast, but it's got all of the edging in the center, and then it has an alternate square in the middle that you can actually use for a hole, for like an ice fishing hole. So I really like this one. I thought it would be fun to set up a little small ice fishing area just in our little snowy ski resort type of area on the island. So I'm just filling this in the final square we're going to do this ice fishing hole. All right, so I wanted to move this wood shed over here. I think this is going to be really useful just because I feel like having wood sheds and storage sheds all throughout the island definitely makes it way easier, so that no matter where you are on your island, you have your inventory readily accessible. It definitely makes it easier when you're doing builds too, so that you don't have to run back and forth all the way to your house. Yeah, so definitely loving that new feature from the 2.0 update. It's a huge quality of life upgrade for sure. Okay, so now I'm just placing some of these curved street lights. I really like these. These are a Nook Miles item, so if you have a chance to get your hands on some of these, I think they're worth spending the Nook Miles on. They're just really charming and cute, and they do come in different colors. My island happened to have these ones, but you can customize them to whatever color you like, so it's definitely a plus for sure, depending on what your aesthetic is. Okay, so I'm just grabbing a few more items that we're going to need for our build. I want to focus a little bit on here. Definitely need to do a little bit of time traveling to get our ramp going here so we can see what it looks like. I wanted to focus on making the ski lift, so what we're going to do is set out some of these utility poles. These are also a Nook Miles item. I definitely have not had a lot of use for these in the past for a lot of the different island themes that I've done in previous islands, but I think these are going to be perfect for this ski lift idea. So I'm basically just putting one of these on either side of each ramp so that there's two of them on each tier, and we're basically just going to create space to make it look, give it the illusion that it is going uphill. And we'll have to put some little items, some little benches and things like that out just to kind of add to the illusion itself. All right, so these items right here, these are the transit seats. I love these. It's a new 2.0 item, and I think they're really great to do for indoor builds if you're looking to do something with the subway wallpaper or something like that. There's a lot of great new wallpapers that came out with the 2.0 update, so I feel like it's really just amping up any of the interior build designs that we can do here on Animal Crossing New Horizons, but I think these are going to be perfect. I gave it a shot with the plastic benches, but I'm definitely thinking that these transit seats are going to be the way to go. So I'm basically putting one on each tier next to the poles, and then facing one side in one direction and facing these other ones in the opposite direction, just to sort of give the illusion that the ski lift is going up one way and down the other. So just spacing these out a little bit. I wanted to make sure there was enough space to sort of walk in between them and then sit down. That way, if you have any friends coming to visit your island and you want to take some great pics, you can have everybody sit on the ski lift and snap a few pictures. I think it's going to be really great. All right, so we do need to figure out what we're going to be doing here with some of the trees. I have a pocket full of trees that I had to dig up. I thought it would be nice to sort of fill in this area with some of the cedar trees, just to sort of fill it in and give it more of a mountainous sort of look. So I'm just placing some of these in here to sort of fill it in. Ooh, money. I love that. I need to get in the habit of doing more of the money trees. Do you guys do the money tree trick every day where you bury bells and then basically multiply your bells? I love it. I think it's great. It's definitely necessary when you're surviving at the very beginning of your island for sure. All right, so I think we've got some trees placed. I wanted to do something up here at the top of our ski loft. I'm thinking if we had a little building up there, something to sort of signify the top of the mountain, it would be great. But we're sort of working with limited spacing. I'm just sort of testing out the angle. As you can see, I think it turned out pretty cute with the look of it. I'm going to work a little bit here on this ice hole fishing area. I think this is going to be fun just for the holiday season, or for the winter season. Putting out this little outdoor cookware area, and then a little box of these fish, the frozen fish that have been caught. I think that's a perfect item for this type of build. And then just setting out a little fishing pole rack and this little camping chair. And then what you can do is place out a little bucket, and maybe even like a fishing rod set out would be perfect for something like this if you're looking to do some cold weather builds on your island, and perhaps trying out this ice fishing spot. And the woodshed actually ties in really nicely because it does sort of give the illusion of like a little warming house, something of that nature. It's perfect for our snow boy to hang out over here by the fishing spot. I think it's going to come together pretty nicely. I do wish we had the ability to move the snow boys, honestly, but hey, it is what it is, right? Okay, so now I'm just adding a few little extra accoutrements. I love these gears. These are a great new item for the 2.0 update. I love how they can move, and I thought that this would be perfect for our ski lift, just to kind of give the impression that there's all these working gears, moving the ski lift seats up and down the mountain all day long. So yeah, just trying to come up with some creative ideas on what to do with some of these newer items so that we can incorporate them into all of our builds. I'm actually thinking it might be fun, guys. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in seeing this on the channel. I thought it might be fun to revisit the original island that I did back in 2020 when the game first came out. It's a multi-theme island named Honeybell, and I thought it would be fun to visit it and just sort of vamp up some of the builds that were originally done at the beginning of the game and just sort of see how we can improve any of our builds. I don't know, let me know if you think that would be something you'd like to see in the comments, because like I said, I do aim to please. Okay, so now we're setting out some of these ski racks. I love this item. It's super adorbs, and oh my gosh, there's so many different varieties of these ski racks. You could literally like set them all over the place in a build like this, and as long as you have different versions of it, it looks great. It adds a lot of variety to the build, and I really love this item. Super thrilled to be able to use it. Okay, so now we have some of these party arch lights as well. I put a couple of these out, and I wanted to put out a couple pieces of steel fence just to sort of create a little entrance area for our ski lift, and just looking for a few other different little things that we can use potentially in the build that will add to the look of the ski lift for us. We definitely need a little bit of seating, and so I'm going to grab a few little items to take out to put in this build over here. I thought it would be fun if we created like a little seating area over here. Sweet little Dom, oh my gosh, God bless him. He's over here fishing in the river as we're trying to build. I feel like the villagers, it never fails. They definitely like to be in the way when we're decorating or terraforming. Look out, buddy. He's just literally just living his life, chilling there by the river, taking in the sunbeams. Cracks me up. All right, so let's work a little bit more on the entrance. I apologize, guys. I'm sort of all over the place. I don't know what it is, but when I build, I feel like I sort of am like I'm like a hummingbird. I sort of go all over the place as items, as I see items in my inventory, I'll pull them out and sort of move them around. I feel like builds are always sort of a process. It's hard to, unless you've done a build before, to have it come together perfectly the first time. So I definitely move things around a lot. I don't know, do you guys do that? I think it definitely, it's just one of those things that when you see it and you know it's right, you stick with it. And if it doesn't, you sort of just move things around and redo little areas here and there. Okay, so what I've done is put down some of these frozen items. We've got a couple more of the little ski racks, and then some of the frozen statues, frozen arches, and some of the frozen fencing. And I love this frozen fencing. I think it's amazing. It was a great addition to the Frozen collection for Animal Crossing, so I'm really excited that they gave us that. I just love having a fence that it illuminates at night. You can change the color of it. It's just really great. Okay, so now we're just putting down some more custom design pathing over here on the ground. I love this. It's a cute little sled path. You could totally make it look like a ski path as well. It's just a nice little versatile path that has a transparent background, so it looks perfect on the snow, just like a little track. You could set a little sled on top of it for sure to give it the illusion of someone dragging a sled. I'm just adding a little bit more fencing over here by our frozen fishing pond area. I just thought it would be a nice way to finish it off a little bit, to give it a little bit of framing, to make it look like its own little designated area over here. All right, so now let's work a little bit over here. So I saw this trick on Nintendo Talk. This is, shout out to Patrick. This is actually something that he highlighted on his show, and it was so cute. I wanted to do it. If you place a glowing moss boulder and a bulldozer, it makes for a perfect look for someone pushing the snow, plowing the snow out of the way on your island. It's just a really cute idea. So shout out to Patrick from Nintendo Talk. I hope you guys give that a try on your island, because it's definitely a nice touch for the winter season. All right, so I think this is coming together pretty nicely. Obviously, there's probably a few little finishing touches I might change around here. I might add a few little ice partitions, things of that nature, but I think it came together pretty nicely for this build. Like I said, just something seasonal to keep around for the winter time, and then we'll definitely be turning this area into something that's a little bit more farmcore related, but I'm really loving it. We've got our cute little hot cocoa stand over here in a little warming area with our heater. We've got sleds for rent that people are obviously using here based on the track on the snow. I love this perspective look for our ski lift. I think it came together nicely. I added the pagoda at the top, and I think that it adds a nice little shelter area at the top of the ski lift. I'm loving the way that it looks with the gears. I think it just really came together nicely. I'm loving this little area. Like I said, I think it's really great for if you have friends coming to visit on your island. It's a great photo opportunity, just something fun for the winter season, something different that you can do on your island. And if you can afford the ramps to use them, you could totally do this build without the ramps, especially now that we have the ladder kits available. But since we have 10 now instead of 8, I did sort of feel like it was justifiable to be able to use the extra 2 on this particular build. Yay, it's super fun. It kind of makes me want to go out and play in the snow, honestly. Do you guys have anything fun that you do in your area if you are a cold weather climate area? We have a huge sledding hill over where I live, and I think it's really fun. It's a great way to enjoy the snow and enjoy some of the cold weather. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and hop time to evening because I wanted you guys to see what this looked like all lit up at night. I love the frozen items at night. Oh my gosh, they look stellar. I love how they glow. You can totally add some pops of color if you wanted to change the color of some of the fencing or the frozen trees, anything like that. I think it would add a lot to a build like this, but I just chose to keep it with the standard white. It just looks really pretty at night for sure, especially with the glow of some of the illuminated items. And of course, since the trees that Isabel decorated for Christmas are still up, it just adds a really nice holiday touch. Yay, I'm loving it. I really like the little campfire over here in this little resting, warming area. I think that turned out pretty cute. Like I said, I'm thinking that this is going to be a fun little build to keep up through the winter time, and then we will of course tear it down and do something different in the spring that's definitely a little bit more farmcore related, but I'm really liking this. I like the little plaza arches. Or the party arches, I should say. I think they add a nice little ambiance of lighting to the build. But yeah, I'm really happy with this how this turned out. I hope you guys will give this a try on your island. I always love to see what you guys have been up to. I am taking subscriber island tour requests. I wanted to come and see some of your dreams and highlight them on the channel. So if you're interested and you'd like to be considered to have your island featured on the channel for a dream address tour, please fill out the Google form I have listed in the linked in the description on most of my videos. Just be sure to list your dream address and a way to contact you either on Instagram so that I can private message you and get any info from you so we can pop over for a visit. I would love to see what you're up to. Okay, so let's check out Dom's house. I love the way that this glowing mossy boulder glows in the snow with a little plow. I think it's super adorbs. Perfect for Dom's house because he's a jock type and he's always out and about doing some fun stuff. I figured it would be perfect for him. We do still have some of the Christmas decorations out, like I said. I'll be switching this over after New Year's, but I just wanted to enjoy it a little bit longer. Over here down on the rock, I didn't show this in the video earlier, but I did put a dormant volcano in the winter color over here on the back side of the build, just to kind of give the illusion of more of a mountainous effect. So those are definitely something that you could incorporate into your builds to make it look even more mountainous if you chose to. Yay, I'm loving it. I think it came together really great. I love the way that it looks at night, but it's also a great daytime build as well. So like I said, I hope you'll give it a try. I hope you enjoyed this build. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, you guys, for taking time out of your busy days to support the channel, watch the videos, like and subscribe, all of those things. It truly means the world to me. Wishing you guys all an amazing day. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one.